and how coffee conquered the modern world. You wake up, your eyes are still closed, but you already know what you need. Not food, not water, coffee. And you're not alone. Nearly 2 billion people on this planet start their day the same way. But here's what's strange. Coffee doesn't actually wake you up. Your brain does. And understanding how you've been tricked into thinking otherwise reveals something far darker about modern civilization. Your brain produces a chemical called adenosine throughout the day. Adenosine builds up like a debt. The more adenosine accumulates, the more tired you feel. Sleep is how you pay that debt off. But coffee doesn't erase adenosine. It just blindfolds you to it. Caffeine is a molecule that fits perfectly into the same receptors in your brain that adenosine uses. Like a key that looks identical to the real one. Except it does nothing. Your brain still produces adenosine. The adenosine still accumulates. But you can't feel it anymore. You feel awake because you've chemically silenced the signal that tells you you're exhausted. You're not actually more alert. You're just unable to perceive your own fatigue. So why did humans ever start doing this to themselves? The story begins in Ethiopia, sometime around the 9th century. Coffee plants grew wild in the highlands, and local herders noticed their goats became hyperactive after eating the berries. Word spread. By the 15th century, coffee had reached the Arab world, and Sufi monks began drinking it during night prayers to stay conscious during worship. The practice spread like wildfire through the Ottoman Empire, Persia, and eventually Europe. But here's the crucial part. Coffee arrived in Europe at exactly the moment when industrial capitalism needed it most. The historian Mark Pendergrast has documented how coffee shops became the birthplace of the modern economy. In 17th century London, coffee houses were called penny universities. For the price of a cup, anyone could sit for hours, read newspapers, discuss ideas, and conduct business. These weren't luxury spaces, they were democratic. They were social. They were revolutionary. But they were also something else. They were the first infrastructure designed to keep human beings consciously working longer than their biology allowed. Before coffee, work was seasonal. Humans followed the sun. You worked when there was light. You rested when there was darkness. Your body was in charge. But the Industrial Revolution demanded something different. It demanded that you work when the factory needed you to work, not when your body wanted you to work. It demanded that you override your own fatigue signals and keep producing. And coffee made that possible. Suddenly, a worker could drink a cup in the morning and silence their adenosine receptors for 4 to 6 hours. They could ignore their body's desperate plea to rest. They could work through the afternoon slump. They could be more productive, more profitable, more useful to the machine. Today, you don't drink coffee because goats taught monks to pray longer. You drink it because 2 centuries of industrial capitalism rewired your expectations about what a normal human should be capable of. You drink it because your body has adapted to expect that chemical lie every morning. You're not addicted to coffee. You're addicted to the illusion that you can ignore your own biology. And that illusion is the foundation of the modern world.
Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.